Hey everyone, this is Rachel and welcome to another scrapbooking process video. If you hang out until after the video is through, there are always detailed shots of my current layout. Let's get going! Hey everyone, so once again, I am at a crop I went to back in March 2019, and this was kind of like a last minute idea, so I didn't pre-tape any of the what I'm using. In this particular case, I'm going to be using a couple of pieces of paper from Photo Play Paper. I want to say it's called Cake, and then there were several different versions of it. So one of the pieces of paper has four 6x6 designs on it. So I'm going to use that to create a very fun effect. I have two 3x4 photos. For those of you who are not familiar, and I do know I have a bunch of new subscribers, I live with my best friend and her son, and for a year, one of his someone he's known a long time, the boy I refer to as my nephew, was having trouble at home due to some issues. And so they came and lived with us for a year, basically from April of last year to April of 2019. They have since returned home, so we're very excited about that. Things got a lot better with therapy and talking with the parent and everything. It did take a while, but they are back home. But this particular layout is a layout I did about their birthday. So that's why I'm using the line cake. So what you'll see me doing right now is I'm cutting different lengths of that 6x6 size four designs on 112 by 12 paper. And the reason for that is I'm cutting them to 2 inches, an inch and a half, and half an inch, or I think that's right, an, or an inch, yes, because those are the sizes that my triple banner punch from Stampin' Up! Is in. So, well, normally I'm not a big measurer. In this case, I did want to measure just so I'd be able to use that. I then went ahead and trimmed those in half. And because what I'm going to do is I'm going to lengthen the paper by hiding it behind the photo. The first thing I'm going to do is grab this other piece from that same line. And this is a couple years old. A lot of the stuff I pulled to go to this crop was older stuff from my stash. So I'm not really, unless it's something you can actually still get currently, I didn't bother showing you the branding strips and what line it's from and stuff like that. So as I said, I took another piece of paper from that line. It has little pieces of confetti, and then the other side has this really bright marble piece in lime green and blue, basically the same colors that this multicolored stripe is in, but just in a marble design. I don't think I ended up using that. It's really pretty, but I'm laughing because I am going to end up using this multicolor stripe, which is very bold, but I'm like, I don't know, it's kind of a little too bold. My brain is a very interesting place sometimes. Okay, so as you can see, I am just creating length in those banners. I'm actually using the stripes in the striped paper to line things up because I'm like, oh look, it goes right under the blue stripe, and then over on the other side, it also goes right under the blue stripe. I do cut ahead to this because I'm basically doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. So now I have all of my banner pieces set, and I do have a couple of leftover pieces, but I just put those to the side. You know, that's fine. I'm enjoying an adult beverage, by the way, in case you're wondering what I keep drinking. Yes, that is a very yummy, yummy adult beverage that one of the women at the crop made for me. I mean, she made it for several other ladies, but that was mine. It was very good. All right, so I trimmed off the banner piece, and I'm gonna go vertical stripe this time. And I'm trying to decide where I want to put it. I was thinking about putting it in the bottom, and I go ahead and add some tape to it, and I go stick it, and I'm just like, I don't know. Oh, there's my head. Yay. I don't know about that. I'm like, I think I need a little bit more texture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out this stencil, and this is from Echo Park Adventure Awaits, I think. So it's got little stars all over it and then little tiny dots. And then I'm going to take out some Nuvo glimmer paste, and it's a clear iridescence. You don't necessarily see a ton of it. You just you just get like this sense of a sparkle. Now, I will say, if you're using any type of glimmer paste or texture paste or anything like a that there's a thick thing going through a stencil, you need to go and clean it right away. So you can kind of see it. Oh, and then you can see my head again. Yay. It's all dry now. And now when I use texture paste or any type of paste, another thing to do is you can't use HEG on it. It does not stick to HEG. So what I normally do is either do what I'm doing here, which is pop it up on a foam dot, or intermix ATG and liquid glue, and that way the liquid glue gives a permanent hold. But in this case, I went ahead and I pop dotted the entire thing, which gave it another texture and depth to it, which actually I really like how this particular layout turned out. I go into my box O acrylics because I knew I'd brought the word happy, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to use this for happy birthday. I'm also going through my flair, and these are all of my flair, and I just kind of chuck them in there. The only ones I keep, or if I'm making a kit and I've gone to add flair to a kit, that I'll keep with a kit. Other than that, they all just go in here. And I pull out one that has some banners on it because I thought it has banners. I already have banners on my layout, so I thought that would be fun. And I'm also going through my wood veneer and I'm pulling out a bunch of stars. And these are just a mix of various stars I've picked up through my years of scrapbooking. The open stars are Studio Calico. The full stars are randomly from somewhere and I have no clue. I'm going to finish my title using another font. This one is going to be this freckled fawn handwriting font. I believe that is Jen Scow's handwriting that she did for them in puffy black. And then there's also puffy white, and I own that one as well because I thought this was an awesome font to use. So I love the way that's looking. I love the black and white title against all of that color. I'm using my Art Glitter Clear Glue to glue down the acrylic. Acrylic is non-porous, of course, so you have to be careful with the amount of glue you have, although not so much with the Art Glitter Clear Glue because it does dry very, very clear. In fact, I've used it under acetate pieces and haven't been able to see it, so that's super awesome. I'm going ahead using the same glue to glue down all the wood veneer stars. I love wood veneer stars. They're so pretty. The pictures are of, I said, the bonus kid opening gifts on their birthday. They were happy. Uh, we were happy because we bought. It's like yay, noise canceling headphones, and it's like crud, they can never hear us anymore. And that's just all teenagers, not this particular one. I bought my nephew very similar ones for Christmas, and same thing. It's like, oh, kind of shot myself in the foot. I don't like to be that person who's screaming from the first floor. Um, so now we just text them saying, hey, we need you down here. Which seems very lazy when you're in the same house, but I don't enjoy the screaming. Sorry, randomly just chatting about nothing now. All right, I pull out another LE Studio labels. I use those a lot at this particular crop. I had found a bunch of them right before I left when I was packing, so I just packed a bunch of them, and I got a lot of use out of them. They're very ubiquitous. Oh, and here's where I go crazy. I just go crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm like, I'm just gonna rip the edges off. Cause I'm a nut bar. I just literally just like, you know what? It's too blocky. I need rough edges. I need to go insane. So I rip each end off. Um, and I'm trying to remember, I want the white core on the side. I don't want the, like, and then I go, oh, that's too much white core. So we're going to rip that back a little bit. So I don't know what happened to my brain. My brain just went, rip the paper, rip it. Okay, crazy lady. Oh, and then we had a couple of cards we were sending around to a couple different people, so I was signing that. So that's stuff that happens when you're at a crop with your friends. And now I'm using my T-square ruler to make sure, because I'm just going to take that same confetti paper I used to back the photo and add that to either end. And I had cut the other side too short to reach 12 by 12, so I'm just going to cut another chunk of it. It's fine. And I don't have like, I had only purchased a couple of pieces of papers from this line. I really didn't purchase any embellishments or anything. I just purchased like 3 or 4 pieces of paper. I actually don't have a lot of it left. I will probably go ahead and make a couple of cards with it and then just recycle whatever itty bitty pieces I have left. Okay, I'm going back. I hadn't glued down one of my stars, I think. But I've got that 12 by 12. Maybe it was the alcohol that made me did that. That could be. It turned out really cute. I love how it ended up. I'm happy with the end result, so yippee yay. I am going to go ahead and add the year here using these mustardy yellow pretty little studio tile stickers, and that is actually going to complete my layout. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be awesome. There are photos coming up right now, and it shows you the glimmer mist better. Oh, you know what? It's not banners, it's stars. Sometimes I can't see everything. All right, folks, have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye.